Ayubowan, good morning, Vanakkam. The Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Deans of the faculties, members of the Council and Senate, members of all the academic staff, registrar, and the members of the administrative and non-academic staff, the recipients of degrees, their family members, special invitees, and ladies and gentlemen. I'm truly privileged to be invited for this occasion and delighted to be with you today because of the long relationship I have with this university. It was almost a decade and a half ago, during Professor Nimal Perera's time as the VC, I was first invited to speak to the students of your faculty, and that led to a partnering with your university to deliver a tailor-made diploma in personal financial management for the life insurance advisors of Eagle Insurance, now known as AIA. I think that was the first of its kind, and recently this diploma was considered an entry qualification for the degree program. Professor Aminda Metzler was a live wire in that program, and I have also visited your Makhandura faculty on many times, delivered lectures to the students, and was involved even in some academic development programs because of my colleague formerly at the Inventors Commission, Dr. Kamika Pratapasinghe. So it's good to be back with you. Let me add my personal best wishes to every one of you who will be conferred with various degrees from this prestigious seat of learning. I'm sure you must be feeling both a sense of accomplishment and a sense of relief as well. After today, few of you will continue the academic path, and most of you will join businesses, or some of you will start your own business. Seeing you reminds me of my youth, the time I started work. I started my work life, as you have already heard, as a sales clerk in a shop selling polythene. That was in 1980. I failed my A-levels, hence I could not enter a university. I did all my studies while working part-time, long before online learning was possible. But you will be amused that I followed a course from a college in London via post. I studied the lessons they sent by post, returned the completed exercises by post, and waited 2 weeks to receive the corrections. And even I cannot imagine that it is possible. As much as from my professional studies, I also learned a lot from my own life. I thought I will share 4 such lessons or practices that worked for me. The first of them is about gratitude. In this moment of joy, may I invite you to close your eyes for a few seconds and recall all those who helped you, who supported you on your journey up to today. From your professors, lecturers, non-academic staff, even the minor staff of the university, then all your family members and various friends who have helped you in numerous ways. Not only people, but the environment too helped you to achieve what you have achieved. These facilities in the university, all of that helped you. So having recalled all of them, please extend a deep sense of gratitude, a thought that goes beyond saying thank you. The attitude of gratitude has a very special significance in the Oriental value system. It goes beyond saying thank you, but being thankful. That is why we say Pin Sidu Weva. In a deep sense of gratitude, we won't say thank you, we say Pin Sidu Vechaya. That captures the transferable currency of merit. And according to Eastern belief, that is the only asset that you can take to the next life. What a beautiful concept. So being grateful is a skill. Not many are capable of developing this ability, hence the statement, Katanyu Katavedi Puggalo Dullabo, by the Tathagata the Buddha. When one feels grateful towards a person or an object, it doesn't matter to the person or to the object. The benefit is to the person who is grateful. Being grateful is such an important attitude as it reminds us that we are in fact interdependent. Whether it is being depicted as in the form of dance of Shiva in the Hindu mythology, or when Mahagamasekara writes, Avida Landudeni Kana Bimwala, Ragena with Panghiriya, Tunhiriya Pankola, Yoda Kukul Sayam, Ratuha Kola, Vyaneka Visituru Rata Peduru, Ratavak Baba Me Maha Vishwayama, Kuda Kalasita Makeyadu Namma. We embrace this universal reality of interdependence. When you feel grateful, you become humbler and accept the vulnerability of your being. It gives us the opportunity to appreciate the innate potential of each other. That is why the Japanese tradition of bowing to the other person, because they see the Buddha nature or the ultimate potential of the other human being. So have an attitude of gratitude. This is the first point I want to share with you. I personally practice. I regularly recall all those who help me and think of them with a sense of gratefulness. The second point is observing things as a process or have a process mindset. When you entered this hall today, you are not an undergraduate because you have completed all what is required as a student. You have completed your assignments, passed your tests, vivas, whatnot. You are a graduate. In a few minutes, you will walk up to the stage as a graduate and go and sit back as a graduate. This is a culmination of a process that has interdependencies, causes and effects, and reasons and consequences. So it is the process that we can manage, not the result. It is the same in business as in life. You cannot manage the result. You can manage only the process. What we capture is a moment of this continuous process. That is why in financial statements we say asset on a particular date. Consider the growth of a tree. As it transforms from a seed to a large tree, there is change. You might recognize the different stages, but it is in a continuous state of flux. Appreciate that even our relationships too are in a state of flux, in an evolving process. What you experience now in your personal relationships is due to many factors that you know or you may not know. You cannot hold on to past experiences and expect the same to be in the future. Appreciate the new moment, because that is the only moment, that is the only reality. Sometimes we want the same experiences in our relationships, even after they have evolved, only to be disappointed. It is like seeking a flower from a fruit. It's already changed. When you enter the world of work or start a business, this ability to see the evolutionary process will help you observe patterns and opportunities. When you join an organization, you will be able to relate your role to the big picture. Thus, you can add more value than the others. To be able to observe, you will have to pay full attention. Attention is the key. Pay 100% attention to this moment. That is my second point. Have a process-oriented mindset and closely observe what happens. Let me give an example how I practiced that. When I was asked to head the Sri Lanka Inventors Commission, it was a completely new area for me. The first thing I did was observing and conceptualizing the process followed by inventors. Then I used that as a roadmap to align all activities of the Commission to support those different stages. My next point is the need to be passionate about whatever you do. Being passionate means thinking about what you do as the most important thing in the whole world. Just think about it. The most valuable thing for all of us is our life. Life, in a way, is the time span between the birth and the death. That is why it is called lifetime. If the life is the most valuable thing, and it is the time span between birth and death, isn't every nanosecond is part of that most valuable phenomenon. Therefore, if I must do something spending my most valuable asset, that is time, which is my life, then shouldn't I consider it the most important task? This approach will motivate you to be passionate. To develop passion, be inquisitive like a child. Be excited as a student in a new class. Whatever the opportunity you will get, give it your best so that you will make a difference. Learn about it. Find ways to improve and raise the standards. Pay attention to details. Be enthusiastic. Then you will make a difference. Our mothers in the village, when preparing meals for an almsgiving, they never taste them before to check whether the ingredients are right. But anyone who has eaten from a Danagadara will know how tasty the meals are. That is because they are being cooked with passion. So first time right is not a new concept, but a result of being passionate. I already told you my first job was selling polythene. Let me tell you how I was passionate about writing bills. Those days, invoices has to be written by hand. So I tried various ways to make those look better, invented shortcuts to make myself productive and more accurate. By the third month at work, I had completed a catalog of different uses of polythene. And I even wrote an essay titled Use of Polythene from Cradle to Grave. No one asked me, but I was just so excited about the job. I proposed that high-density polythene can be used as lunch sheets. Don't blame me now. This was in 1980 and 82. We were not aware of the consequences of the environmental challenges of polythene. I only saw an opportunity. And there were no suggestion schemes in the company. I was so excited. Later, when I got into advertising, I used to do my own market research about my clients' products, made notes of my observations in various marketplaces, and wrote advertising copy in my small notebook while traveling by bus. I joined Eagle Insurance as an assistant manager, the most junior level that I could join, to do marketing communications. I never confined myself to marketing. I always thought about how to develop the company, how to develop the brand. I came up with new ideas and grabbed opportunities to promote the brand. This is how you become passionate in whatever you do. The final point I want to share with you today is being aware or being mindful. I personally consider this as the biggest contributor to my professional as well as personal accomplishments. All of us have the general ability to become aware of what we experience, meaning what we see, what we hear, what we taste, smell, the other sensations to the body, and what we think. By improving that basic ability to a level of a skill, you will experience a different sense of awareness. You can develop this skill by slowing down some of your routine activities like drinking a cup of tea, taking a shower, and observing the different steps and what you experience at those steps. Let's try it now. It's a skill, so no point of knowing about it. You need to do something. Just close your eyes and become aware of your posture, how you are sitting on this chair. The way your body is positioned, the different physical sensations that you can feel. Observe them carefully and very closely, paying full attention. You will notice that there are much finer sensations and even changes that are happening. If you continue this simple practice of becoming aware of what happens now, you will begin to notice your intentions and emotions such as likes and dislikes, and or even feelings like anxious or being worried. Then you will be able to observe those as status of mind and notice them as experiences. You will then be able to say, I feel upset, I feel anxious, but without being upset or being anxious. The realization itself will help you take a step back and think what to do without getting swayed by the emotions. Human beings have this unique gift of a vivid memory and the ability to imagine the future. Unfortunately, because of these capabilities, most of the humans suffer all the time, either by worrying about the past or being anxious about the future. But if you learn to be mindful, you can very quickly switch back to the present and begin to experience life as it happens now. This practice will make you respond to life than reacting. Mindfulness is a skill, hence knowing about it is not good enough. You need to learn and practice. In summary, you may want to develop the attitude of gratitude, a process-oriented approach, be passionate in whatever you do, and practice mindfulness. Now that you have arrived at an important point in the formal education, I invite you to use your knowledge and experience to dream big and play a role in taking this nation to the next level. We need your contribution than any time before. We must experiment with new ideas because by repeating the old, we will never be able to create a new future with new results. In that journey, I wish every one of you all the very best and Jai Shri. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.